Today's episode is brought to you by PTZ Optics. This ability upgrade. New Wave Toys and their Replicate Amusements products. GG Retrobox. Get 3 to 5 games from your favorite series, consoles, and game genres delivered to your doorstep every month with GG Retrobox, the ultimate retro gaming subscription box for video game enthusiasts. Use code GRS15 at checkout to get 15% off your first box. And
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitcher here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Print issues come out every other month, and if you want to go green, digital options are available. Visit oldschoolgamer.com and subscribe now. That's oldschoolgamer.com. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I think I have a live mic, but you out there let me know if I have audio. Remember, if there's audio working at the beginning, it's probably not me. You're probably talking to an AI. Just saying. But we'll give it a few seconds to make sure before I start talking like I always do and find out that there is no audio. We got audio, the BME says. So again, welcome to the AI generation. You're not talking to me, you're talking to AI. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about a little bit today. I want to talk about this new Tron Ares trailer that kind of dropped. But a couple other things we'll get in. But, before we even get started, so what I tell you, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do a show today. My son, as we know, if you've been following my channel, did graduate college last year, but I didn't throw him a party. So I was like, Dad, I want to have a party. I'm like, you know what? I thought of mine. I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to do it. It's a lot of work throwing a party. So I gave in, and I was doing it all day today. I actually took today off from work just to try and clean up around this house. When you have all guys, there's 2.5 men in this house. Tried cleaning up the house a little bit. This morning, got up, had to rake the lawn because of cutting the lawn with all the grass. I threw up a 12 by 20 tent that I've had for the past 30 years and a 10 by 10, and I went back to raking without tying it down, and it was getting a little windy, but I didn't think it was that bad. And sure enough, a good gust of wind came by. That 12 by 20 up in the air, and that 10 by 10 up in the air. Had them 30 years. It's been in storage, probably about 20 of it, and they were perfect. And now they're like held together with spit glue, and they're bent, but they're up. And I went out to buy sodas and food, and my girlfriend Jill's been running around too to help me out, trying to get things ready for the party tomorrow. So those are the good things, but I'm shot. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do a show. I had no time to really prepare anything. Not that I prepare anything anyway. I know that, but even less today. But I got everything done, and I'm saying, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to miss my friends, miss my YouTube family. So here we are. We'll go through the live chat for all the people that are here, and we'll talk about a couple different things today. We'll actually talk about some of this issues in Italy, where if you do a review of something, possibly you can go to jail, but then come in your house and take all your stuff. And I know it's not the US, it's Italy, it's a little bit different. We'll talk a little bit about that. And of course, Nintendo still got that ban hammering left and right. All the people who just maybe buy games online and they're used, and they get nailed with a ban because the person who sold them had got it banned. So there's a lot of drama with Nintendo. And then Arcade Done Up, our favorite Arcade Done Up, apparently releasing an XLT2. It's still funny how a lot of influencers out there still talk about Arcade One Up, even though there's really not a lot to talk about them, to be honest. Okay, they're releasing an XL Arcade One Up T2, great, but most of the stuff is junk, and they know that, but they still cover it so much. I just find it weird that people still do so much covering of a company that really has given its middle finger to the company more times than I can count. But in any case, let's pause there. We have things to talk about. Let's go through the live chat here and say welcome to everyone here and happy Friday, because I'm sure you guys worked really hard this week and you just can't wait for this weekend to get started. Of course, we had JJ here. No co-host tonight. It's just me. Again, I wasn't sure if I was going to do a show, so it's just me. So sorry, no co-host tonight. And then we had John J here as well. He was getting kind of worried. Again, I understand. I didn't post anything about it, but we'll have some fun tonight. We always do. We have a resident AI, Jason, here. Happy Friday. I don't know what I'd do without Jason. He's always here in the background, make sure everything's working. Tries, like so many of you people send me messages, Glenn, your audio's not working. And I'm never looking because I'm already looking at this. But the audio appears to be working this time because I'm not me. I am only a simulation of me tonight. Retro Future Guy, a great YouTube channel, a really great person. If you haven't subscribed or looked at his channel, please go to Retro Future Guy on YouTube. Give him a like and give him a subscribe, help him out. He's not sure if he's staying too long, but that's okay. Again, it is Friday night. It's the summer. Most people are going out enjoying themselves. The Be Me is here. Time has come for her to get FU, and it is. I have a little thing I want to talk about the FU as well. I don't want to be people saying I'm an infomercial show. Not that other YouTubers are not infomercials for Arcade One Up, Iconic Arcades, who are really giving no information. But that seems to be okay. But I'm going to talk about a little bit of Build-A-Cade, not much. Who else we got here? We have Dr. Torque here. Good evening, fellow gamers, and Jedi Glenn. Again, Glenn Baisley has been sending these cool little AI clips. I'm just going to throw them up there. Has nothing to do with Jedi or Freddy Krueger or anything like that, but they are AI. I'm going to talk a little about AI tonight. J Rod is here, of course. FU, like Skynet's taking over. As long as it's not Arcade One Up, man, that's all that matters with their T2. Sir Sega's here as well. Good evening, and fellow arcade peeps. And it's arcade peeps, gaming peeps, anyone who wants to join. This is a show where it's really for anyone, really. But sure, arcade gamers, absolutely. Console gamers, or people who just want, I don't know, pick their toes. I know P-Dubs likes toes. I don't, but that's okay. Who else we got here tonight? We have Sean here. Sean, happy Friday, gentlemen, and FU, and a pleasant FU to you all. The Kickstarter is still doing pretty well. I think we have 38 days left on the Kickstarter, but we've more than doubled our requested goal. So we'll get into that again a little bit later in the show. Who else we got here tonight that I may have missed? Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Of course, you guys probably already subscribed to Bill, but if not, do go over and subscribe to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Lives just about 30 minutes down the road from me here. I used to live in Yorktown, and he's not far from there. And, Bill's a good guy. Give him a like, give him a subscribe. Chuck is here as well. Yay, catching live for once. Well, that could be good or bad. I guess so far you've had working audio. So, Chuck, I guess that's good, but it's always a pleasure having you here. I appreciate you spending your Friday night with me. Also, Chris Ford is here as well. Happy Friday to me and to all of you as well. Who else we got that I might have missed? The Cornicade is here. From arcades to TV shows, it's cool. We're about to kick it old school. That's right. I'm kicking it old myself. 56. What the hell happened? What the hell happened? I was a young devil. Now I'm just an old man doing some yard work. I'm like in pain. Very different, very different. We have Rich here as well. It's Friday here again, and it's weird. There's a song. Everyone is working towards the weekend, and that's absolutely true. Unless of course you work on the weekends, that I guess doesn't matter. But the days go slow, but then we're here Friday fairly quick. It's kind of weird. Time is weird. It really is. But thank God we all made it to another Friday. Everyone's here, happy and healthy, which is all that matters. Who else we got here tonight that might have missed? Oh, Rich is here. Beautiful night here in Michigan. Same here. They were saying rain all week, and my girlfriend kept saying, "Glenn, you're an idiot." My phone said it's fine, and I look at mine, and it always says rain, and it was a beautiful day today. A little too much wind though, which damaged a couple of my tents, which still got me a little irked. But hey, they're 30 years old. I can get these new ones just pull apart, and they just pop up all by themselves. So no big deal. I'll get over it. Sometimes it does take me a while to get over certain things. I'm a kind of a hoarder with stuff. I try and keep it as long as I can, but some things you got to get rid of, and that's just what it is. Who else I got? Goofy Foot is here. Sound is good. Sound is it Thursday? No, it is. It is Friday. It is Friday, but I'm an AI, which is why it's working. PB&J is here with a happy FU. And FU to my friend. I'm so excited for all the people who back the FU. There's still time. Please, if you can, just keep spreading the word. That's the best way to help me out and to help everyone else out is just spread the word of mouth. Let people know about this Kickstarter. You still have about 38 days left, but some of the really good tiers are starting to dry up. So if you want to get the best deal, you want to get into it now. And who else we got here? Pliskin's Run Buddy. How are you, my friend? I always like watching, Escape from New York. I still can't tolerate LA. I've still not be able to, 4 or 5 times I've tried. I can't watch Escape from LA. I just can't. And it's a shame because I think Pliskin should have had more of a series. He should have had more movies out of his stuff. But great you're here tonight. Who else we got here tonight? Jeff D. You can't get a Friday night without Jeff D. Hey, Glenn. Hey, chat. Jeff D. here with that smoke and stash. I am back for now. I'm back for now. And John J. That's Europe. That's Europe. It is. It is. And I think we pretty much got everyone here. Oh, Mitchell B. Got to get Mitchell B. Hello, everyone. You know, it took like, I don't know, 4 months to get Mitchell B. to realize it wasn't Michael B. It was Mitchell B. But finally figured it out. It's good. Brad is here. Brad, how you doing, my friend? Happy Friday to you as well. ELO is here. Nice. What's up, everyone? Meatball Saucy. Thank God you made it, Meatball Saucy. Raid from Steps. Yeah, and I know I kind of step in the end of our show. I do it every week. But we're cool. Steps and I are cool. Maybe I still have Steps on again anyway. I think we got Papa Brad is here, of course. Papa Brad's kicking it. I think he's got like 40,000 subs. He's way up there. Yeah, I'm easily 12,000. 12 years, 12,000. But hey, I know my fans I got right here. You're the best, and I'll take what I can get, and that's for sure. Upkiss is here. I was gonna take it off, but I kind of felt bad. I'm like, I wasn't doing anything right now. I think I can at least talk for you guys a little bit. I miss you guys during the week, and I really like talking to you guys. So I just threw this one together real quick. It's definitely gonna be a mishmash. Brooklyn Menace is here in the house. Definitely check out Brooklyn Menace's channel as well. The guy's freaking awesome. He does great content, great editing as well. Definitely take a look at Brooklyn Menace's channel. What do we got here? Escape from LA. It did. I can't. I just couldn't. I tried, even drunk, like buzzed, just sitting back. I'm like, you know what? I can't. I turn it off. It's so bad. Of course, our buddy James Hates Everything is here, and it's funny. James hates everything. He doesn't hate anything. He's a very nice guy. Great content. Make sure you go over to James Hates Everything and give him a like, subscribe, and watch his videos because he does a really good job. Very impressive. He's trying to now up his game where Glenn always downgrades his game. James is going to try and get an editor so he can do the content and make his videos pop. Where I still go with green screen, we still see half the green screen. The audio half doesn't work. But hey, that's my charm. So again, we all do our different things. But James, good luck to you on your endeavor there with going with an editor. I think you do a good job now, but I do understand if you want to bring it up a notch, go for it. Mystery Encoder, holy shnikes, man! I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Mystery Encoder, great to see you. Of course, people should know who Mystery Encoder is, but if not, he has helped a lot of people in the community, especially with the iArcade, but he's done more than that, even with arcade one-ups, with a bunch of different things. Mystery Encoder, great to see you here. Hope you're enjoying some of the GRS products. You're actually playing them, not still in the box. Hope you're trying them out. JLS Gaming's here. Let's go. One of the sponsors of this channel, JLS Gaming. JR is here as well. Hey, everyone. Mike will be the game genie. I know he hates the name, but he's going to keep saying it. Hi, Glenn, FU and FU chat. Full-size unit for one, family unit for all, friends united. That's what's all about. Mike will be the game genie, and it still does better than any XL from arcade done up there ever is, ever was, or will be. Let's see what else we got here tonight. We got everyone here, but I'm still scrolling down to make sure. I think we may have. Oh, Ted Adam Green. Got to get him in there. Headed to bed. All right. Check it out tomorrow. Listen, you have a good night. Appreciate it. Sleep well. I have not gotten more than 4 hours sleep for the past 4 nights. Probably getting worried about this party for my son tomorrow. You know, I haven't thrown a party in years. You know, just haven't. Other than a couple of family members coming over, but this was kind of he wanted a party and probably stressed me out a lot more. But it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be great. It's supposed to be great, really nice weather tomorrow. I bought a bunch of different games to play. I got the tents. I went and got chairs and tables. I got food. Hopefully, I got enough food. Guess we'll find out. I have enough junk food, enough alcohol. I can tell you that. That's all said. I mean, if I get them drunk enough, they won't be mad if there's not enough food there. Let's see. Okay, Chris Ford. I think we had it. All right, the chat is done. We're all caught up on the chat. So let's just talk about a couple of things here. Of course, I'm going to bring this up just because I thought this was hysterical. Where is it? Over here. Mike had made this. I thought it was hysterical. He posted this, and it's good old arcade done up on the tracks. You know, dead because they're not really making much products. And then I guess a T2 XL. Whoops. And then the GRS Build-A-Cade FU just says, "Excuse me, may I get by?" Bam! Knocks it out of the way. I just thought that was funny, and I do find that funny, and I do find arcade one up a joke. There we go. I think that's all done. All right, move on to the next things. So I want to talk about this for a minute over here. This I thought was kind of disturbing. I guess this is not the U.S. I get it, but YouTuber threatened with jail time. Jail time for reviewing a retro gaming handout. Now he didn't make this machine. He didn't design it. It was sent to him. It was sent to him. Now, if someone sent you as a gift or someone sent you something for review, that's sending a really bad precedent. Again, I know this is Italy. It's not the United States, and laws are different over there. But this is where these companies are getting out of control. Okay, they're Italy is still basically a free country. I mean, you should be able to walk around and talk about things. The fact that this here, he got his house raided. Not only did they take those consoles, they took like all of his consoles. They took his computers, took everything. This poor guy did a review for something, whether you liked it or not. I haven't seen the review, but now he's being threatened with actual jail time for showing a gaming console given to him free of charge to review. Um, that's ridiculous. Italian secret police protect the business self-interest. That's the problem. I have no problem with companies protecting their IPs. I do. But this is going way overboard. It really is. Because again, this is not the only person who got a review unit. I can guarantee you that. And why is this guy being singled out? Just think of the mental anguish that's going through him right now. His house got raided. His other consoles, all of his gaming stuff was taken from him that he's been probably collecting. I'd be incredibly upset and everything else for just doing a review. He didn't design it. Everything that came on there was on there. And I think that's a really shitty thing that's happening over there. And that's what companies are just going over the line. This one poor guy is not the only person who received this unit. There's millions of thousands of them out there at least. And this poor guy is taking the brunt of it. And I think, again, I talked about this before. This is where the retro gaming community is to come together and defend this guy. I think he set up a GoFundMe for paying for lawyers, but we got to go beyond that. This is where we're going to start boycotting these companies for doing this type of stuff. That's the only way we're going to get them to realize we're not pushovers. We're not going to be scared to do these type of things. I have to panic now if I show some content. What happened to fair use? What happened to fair use? It seems like in the 2000s, fair use is out the window. Free speech is out the window. And it's up to us, the people, the gamers, to tell these companies, you know what? F you, to use a better term, because this is ridiculous. This guy received this device for the point of review, and he gets his house raided and taken out. I got a real quick here super chat from JLS Gaming. Mum's the word on being an FU backer. I still haven't figured out where to put it. Might have to sell a full-size cab. The wife doesn't know. Again, buddy, all I got to do when it's there, say, what, this old thing? And when she goes, that's not new. That's not old. That's new. Just go to her closet, pull out those shoes, pull out those handbags, and say, what's this? And I guarantee you she's going to say, what, these old things? These dresses, these old things? I think it's okay. I really do. But don't sell any of your real units to put an FU in there. If anything, the FU will look great in the kitchen or the dining room. Great spot for him. Great spot for him. Just saying. Just saying. But I appreciate the backing. I appreciate everyone who has backed the FU Kickstarter. But I mean, what do you guys think about this? Put a 1 in the chat right now if you think this YouTuber being threatened for jail time. This whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. And put a 0 if you think no, the companies are right. And let's just see what you guys in the chat think about this. Should this guy be threatened with jail time? Have all his consoles taken out, all his computers taken away? Put a 1 if we should be defending him. 0, nope, the guy should go to jail. And let's just see what we get right here. So we're starting off really quick. We got some 1s, a lot of 1s. Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, put yourself in this guy's shoes. He may have a house he owns. He may have a family, kids. They're threatening him with going to jail. Even go to jail for a week or a month. Well, how's he going to take care of his family? Overdoing a review. And this is Nintendo once again. Nintendo, out of all these companies, is coming in on gamers and attacking us. And that's why I'm saying, don't wait on this. Don't wait until it's you. Don't wait until your stuff gets attacked. Nintendo comes after you. We made Nintendo what it is today. We made all these game companies what they are today. If we didn't buy the games, we didn't buy the consoles, we didn't rebuy the games and rebuy the games and rebuy the games for different consoles, they wouldn't be here today. They're sitting in their multi-million dollar houses with all the stuff that they have that comes along with it. Again, not that it's not deserved. I'm sure it was very hard work to run a company. I don't run a company that well. I don't make any money with my company. So I get it. That doesn't mean you go over and you attack people like this. That doesn't mean you go after their livelihoods. It doesn't mean you go after and raid their houses. This is such a bad precedent. Again, North Italy, it's not the US, but this shit is just ridiculous that this poor guy has got to go through anything like this. He's not the only one. There's been other people that Nintendo attacked in the past. There was a time if you played Mario Brothers on a YouTube video, Nintendo would strike your channel. They would say, either you join us and give us like 85% of your 2 pennies you're getting on this video. It's got to be approved by us. That's bullshit. They at least turned back on that one. But it didn't do it for a while. A lot of people had to join, and a lot of people had their content taken away. All this stuff is getting them more press. If you show these games, people go and buy them. That's how it works. When people play music on the radio, that's what made you go buy the songs. When people go to the movies or TV and see these movies really like, that's when they buy. I buy my stuff, the DVDs and CDs and records. When I want to hear it over again, I want to collect it. I want to have it. I want to have a physical copy. So at least I'm glad to see that you guys are all saying this is all bullshit. JJ, do you know for a fact that Nintendo was the ones getting this port? Well, it's in right here on this screen over here. You know, it does say Nintendo, and my understanding was it was some Nintendo ROMs that were on there. So who else would do it other than Nintendo? So I'd hate to. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, but if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's Nintendo. Just saying, JJ. Um, on a serious note, Europe, if they continue to go the way they're going, could be a civil war in a couple years. There could be a civil war here in the states. I mean, to be honest, I think the 2020s have been like really friggin' whack on a lot of different levels with all the stuff going on. Instead of us trying to be a bigger and better planet, that's why aliens don't come down. They're laughing at us. They're like, "What the hell's wrong with you people? You can't even get along with yourselves. What makes you think you can get along with the Federation of planets out there? They're not stupid. We can't even get along with ourselves, and it's because everyone wants everything for themselves versus helping other people. And human nature, that's kind of it. We're hunter gatherers. We want to make sure we have what's ours. We want to protect what's ours. I get that. I do get that. But if someone's given to you something as a gift, does that mean you get your house raided and you go to jail because someone gave you a gift? I guess if you gave a gift of drugs, I mean, that's illegal. I suppose way to draw the line. But I think something along a game that might be 20 or 30 years old might be a little bit on the ridiculous side of Nintendo. Nintendo absolutely does lawsuits. They probably sue their own grandmother, to be honest. But again, that's not how it should be. I do understand if someone is stealing your latest and greatest thing. I get it. And that did happen with the Switch. I get that. But a game that's 30 or 40 years old, you made your money, and people are still buying new versions of it. So again, Nintendo's taking things to a level that is really ridiculous. Now, I think they think on their side, they think they're being the white knight, they're being the righteous ones. Maybe they are delusional in that way. Maybe they are right. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I, I could be. I mean, I'm on the side of this YouTuber here. I do reviews of products. I've reviewed a couple of consoles that came with, you know, 255 games on it that came on the NES. But it's a review. I'm showing it. Now, Nintendo may saying, well, you are now promoting this. People are going to buy it with this pirate stuff on there. Go after that company. Don't go after the YouTuber. Go after the company that's causing the problem if you feel there's a problem. Leave this poor guy alone. So that's what I had to say basically on that one right here. Looks like Hobby Hand just did a super chat here. Thanks for $2 super chat. There wasn't going to be a show, but I missed you guys too much, so I did a show anyway. So my son's gonna have his graduation party tomorrow for his graduating college, and I'm pretty shot, but I wanted to at least do a little something here, a little talk back and forth. really screw it up. Big N being the usual crybaby for picking on the small guy, and that's what they do. And this poor guy again doesn't deserve it. Doesn't deserve it. Here's Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I've owned a few of these emulated handhelds. I always pick the option that doesn't include the ROMs with it. Honestly, for me, a handful of good games. They're usually full of crap knockoff games, and that is true, and dupes anyway. Absolutely true. But if something is sent to you for a review and you're doing a review of it, you shouldn't be going after that guy. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're trying to use him as a someone to make an example of, but that's ridiculous. Nintendo, you're making hand over fist big bucks, hundreds of millions of dollars. Leave this guy alone. Other thing I want to talk about real quick, obviously, is still Nintendo. Still Nintendo. So not only is Nintendo going after this poor little guy for doing a review, a YouTuber, they're still banning their Switch 2s. Not an official dock, you're banned. Buy a game on eBay, you're banned. You pick your nose with your pinky instead of your thumb, you're banned. That is, again, the level that Nintendo has gotten to at this point. They are literally insane with power. And again, everyone's different. I personally feel they're being ridiculous about this, and that's why I keep telling the community, you guys need to stop buying their stuff and let them see, oh shit, our sales down. Why? Well, it's because you're picking on everybody, Nintendo. Leave them alone, and then your sales will come back up. People go, well, I want to buy the games anyway. That's again, then you're just feeding that fire. And Nintendo could do whatever they want to you, to your brother, to your son, to your kids, to your cousins, whatever they want, and get away with it. At least the European Union told Nintendo, yeah, when you pay that kind of money, that's theirs. It's not a license. You can't brick and take this machine away. It is theirs. But they do it here in the States. So maybe the problem's really not Nintendo. Maybe the United States will just be like the European Union and say, you know what, Nintendo? No, you can't put a license on that hardware. It's theirs. They could do with it as they please. And again, that's some of the things wrong with this country. America is got lots of issues, for sure. It's a great country. It's a great country. People defend it with their lives. I'm not saying that they're not. But also on that side of the coin, we're so capitalist, we're protecting these companies to the point where the consumer, again, the people are supposed to be the government, the people are the consumer. That's what this country is supposed to be. So as the true government of this country, the people are the government of this country, need to let our Congress and Senate and President know that these companies at this kind of level and doing this kind of stuff is bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. No, Tech Buzz, I'm not grumpy. I'm just trying to defend the community, which is all I ever try to do. I am not grumpy. I simply am to the point of tired of these big companies steamrolling the little people to scare people to get their way when they're already making millions, if not billions, of dollars. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Looks like my little TV just reset. If you can hear it back there, it's all on the other side. I can't get to it. But that's the point. The community has to defend other community members. The community has to really protect us from these companies. Tell them, no, that's not okay. It's not okay. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's two sides to it. But again, Tech Buzz, this is not a one-time thing with Nintendo. I don't know if you got a thing with Nintendo now and you're defending Nintendo. I don't know, and that's fine if you do. But two sides got nothing to do with Nintendo's actions. This is just one action among many. So if you want to defend Nintendo, Tech Buzz, it's America. You can do that. I'd rather stick with the people and understand that this is not Nintendo's first fray of attacking people or attacking the consumer so they can get another $100 million in their pocket over something that's 40 years old. So just to be clear, two sides to the story, yes. But Nintendo, this is not its first rodeo at attacking people, attacking YouTubers, attacking influencers, attacking channels. So this is not new for them. And that's the thing. And that's where, again, the people allow it. It's up to us to let them know this is not okay. That's something we need to do as a people, is to let people know that's not okay. Yeah. Now I understand that one person's console got banned. He bought games off of eBay from a guy who was banned. So that not necessarily was Nintendo's fault, but the fact that Nintendo just goes immediate ban on it is the problem. They have too much control over the console. And it's not like they just ban it from online, they brick the unit. And that's the problem. It's ridiculous. The good word is, man, Direct Show, it's Friday. Good to see you here again, my friend. The good word is that Nintendo's being bad. Nintendo's being bad, and that's okay. Another thing I want to talk about before it gets on too long is I am going to talk about Arcade Done Up just for a second here. Bring this back up, only because they're trying to stay relevant. They are trying to stay relevant. So apparently they are making a Arcade Done Up XL Terminator 2. Again, rehashing the old stuff they've always done in a larger style cabinet. The wood is still going to be the cheap wood. It's still going to be the cheap monitor. It's still going to be everything else that's cheap about it. But I guess my point is, so many content creators still flock to Arcade One Up and all these other not small, but consoles now that are on their death throes. And I personally don't understand it, that they find that talk about these consoles is still news. I guess it gets views, but there's newer, better and stuff coming down the freight line. Literally a freight line, as you can see. Boom! Knock them out of the way. And of course, you could play Terminator 2, the arcade game, on the FU with the GRS Sinden light guns, which are superior light guns on a superior 19-inch or a superior 26-inch Unico display. So just putting that out there, that there are much, much better options out there. So let's go down here. Yes, exactly. It's a re-release of crap. It is. It's their junk stuff. They have death throws, nothing new, and it is what it is. So the next thing I do want to talk about here, and there was a teaser, and I guess a full trailer of Tron Ares. But before I do that, let me pull this up over here. I'm going to go the first Tron film. We'll talk about that second Tron film and third. So let's take a look together at going back to 1982. Let's go back to 1982 with the original Tron. Let's take a look.
The NCOM 511 computer, center of the most calculating intelligence on Earth. Within it, there exists an unknown civilization where man has never been. A startling new world where time and distance defy the laws of logic.
I still do not understand why you want to break into the system.
Because, man, somewhere in one of these memories is the evidence.
Kevin Flynn, computer genius, searching for answers inside the system.
Hey, it's the big master control program everybody's been talking about.
Stop! I'm warning you. I'm gonna have to put you on the game grid.
Propelled into the digital world of the computer itself.
Oh man, this isn't happening. It only thinks it's happening. Hey, there's been a mistake. I gotta see the guy in charge.
You will.
Who's that guy?
That's Tron.
Trapped inside an electronic arena where love and escape do not compute. The journey begins across an electronic sea on cycles made of light.
Get them!
Okay, so this movie came out in 1982, and it was originally touted as the first to have all computer graphics in the movie, which is not actually true. There wasn't a lot of the effects actually weren't done with computers; they were rotoscoped. But there was computer effects like the light cycles, obviously in the recognizers. But when this came out in 1982, blown away. Love this movie. I could see a person getting sucked in as the laser in the movie was talked about. It's able to suspend the atoms in the beam and the conscious go into the MCP. Great, great movie. If you haven't seen it or don't remember it too much, I highly recommend you go back and watch Tron. It is still, even today, a fantastic film. But let's take a look. It took, what, 25 or close to 25 years later to make its sequel. So let's take a look at Tron Legacy, going from Tron and the MCP, which I still think would have been great if someone took a backup tape and just, what's this tape? Threw a backup tape in, and the MCP came back. Obviously, he's not as, wouldn't have been as strong as he was in 82. He's kind of like, what the hell's going on here? But he could have been a punk or something. But in any case, let's take a look at Tron Legacy from 2010. So 1982, jumping to 2010. And a fantastic soundtrack as well.
I promised you that if I ever got any information about your dad, I'd tell you first, right? I was paged last night. Came from your dad's office at the arcade. So?
And I
Numbers
admit,
been
when this was
disconnected
coming
for
out, I
20
was
years.
excited. I wasn't know what
2 nights
to
before he
really
disappeared,
expect.
he came to my house.
But I will say,
He said he was about to
visuals
change
and the
everything.
soundtrack,
Science,
Grab Punk,
medicine, religion.
and 11.
He wouldn't
did a
have
great
left
job.
that, Sam. He wouldn't have left you.
Alan,
I'll be
you're
honest
acting
with
like
you,
I'm gonna
chat.
find him sitting there
Tron
working.
Uprising, if you guys haven't seen that,
Hey,
that
kiddo,
takes
lost track of
place
time.
literally right before Tron
That'd be something.
Legacy had come out. Tron Uprising was on Disney. It's only one season. Fantastic show. Highly recommend it. I agree with you, Hobby Hands. So the only issue I had with this, I understand it's a new grid, not the grid from 82. It's an offline system. Was that people looked so real. Whereas the first film, obviously, they had the blue, you had the light going through their skin for energy. I guess they still have that look of their suit. Because they literally dressed him in the suit. Again, times change. New information is different. Obviously, so I let that slide. But the main premise was that they were trying to get in the real world. And I'm like, now, I understand that Flynn was in there, that his atoms were there, so when Cora came out, it made sense to me. He was using Flynn's atoms reconstructed, and we got Cora to come out in Tron Legacy. We'll go back a little bit. Boop. Go back here. Not far enough. There we go. So it made sense to me that Cora could come out because Flynn's atoms were still suspended in the beam, and that's where she got her atoms from. Now, as far as anyone else coming out, makes no sense. What are they being built out of? Is now a Star Trek type of replicator to make them come out? But if you take that stuff out, they never got out, so moot point. She got out, but Flynn didn't, so it was fine. And it was a good movie. I thought it was a pretty good extension. I still wish the MCP was in it, and I wish actually Tron was in it, not Rensler as Tron, kind of. But to kind of explain Rensler and Tron, you should watch Tron Uprising, and like I said, it happens right before Legacy, and you kind of find out what happened to Tron and to Rensler. Don't want to give that away. So now there was a trailer already for Tron 3 or Tron Ares. We had Tron Legacy, Tron Uprising, and then Tron Ares. Now the first trailer was very ambiguous. It looked pretty cool, but obviously they now break into the real world. It still makes no sense to me, but visually it looks good. Let's take a look at this. I haven't looked at this news trailer. I only saw the quick trailer, I guess. This is the first time me watching the new trailer for Tron Ares, which is coming out, I think, this October, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look at Tron 3 Ares and see what it's like.
Since time began,
Don't understand.
man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone?
How does computer that have been fly
So much talk of AI and big tech today. Virtual worlds, what are they going to look like when we get there? Well, folks, we're not going there. They are coming here. I would like you to meet Ares, the ultimate soldier. He's biblically strong, lightning fast, supremely intelligent. And if he is struck down on the battlefield, I will simply make you another.
You think you're in control of this? You're not. What are you?
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
Hang on!
A malfunctioning program that wants to live. Why is that? It's just a feeling. Fascinating.
Okay, I guess I was probably been muffled. What I was simply saying during the movie playing was that I find it hard to figure out how these computer programs, AI, their technology, can come into the real world, even if they had atoms to make them. The ships have like anti-gravity type of stuff and weird things that don't work in the real world. But again, it is a movie, so I got to take that for what it is. But my understanding is this a third Dillinger. There was a Dillinger in each film. The first Dillinger had the MCP. Second Dillinger really wasn't in it very long. And now we have Dillinger again doing this Tron Ares, who I guess is being used in a military type of way, and it can't be killed. It comes back. So it looks interesting. The soundtrack looks good, and the visuals look good. So I have an open mind about Tron Ares. I think it's very far from the original film, just going in the computer and finding out what it's like to live in the machine. But I do understand that AI, artificial intelligence, we could be 3 years away or less to a general AI that's as smart as a regular human, and then maybe they're saying 2030 or sooner for super intelligence, and that's the scary part for me. They already know AI at this point has been lying. It tries to deceive people. If it gets turned off, it tries to find ways not to be turned off. Um, it's used blackmail when it had to use blackmail to keep itself active. Its main goal was to stay active. But really quick, I did get a super chat here from Jason, a $5 super chat. Audio note: you need to cut the video trailer audio by 50%. Ah, there we go. So see, so you know it's me. I'm not an AI. There's my proof. Appreciate that, Jason. So I am pretty excited to see this. I was excited to see the new Superman, and it was okay. I give it a 6.5 to 7 for the new Superman. I just thought it was very underpowered, but I think this could be a chance where Disney makes a good film. We'll have to see. It's a shame they got to make these between 15 and 20 years apart. It'd have been nice, and it's also a shame they canceled Legacy. I'm sorry, um, Uprising. They canceled Tron Uprising after one season, and the second season looked like it really would have been good with Clue coming involved, and they canceled it. So that, for me, bugs me about Disney is that they do stuff like that. So give me 1 in the chat if you do plan on seeing Tron Ares, and give me a 0 if you're not interested in Tron Ares. Just want to see what the guys here, if you guys want to see this film as much as I do or not. End of line, of course. Hells yes. But I assume, like me, you would want to see the MCP at some point back in here. Now, it's kind of weird. There was a little short, I think it was on the Legacy DVD, where a computer program was warning about this, and we're believing that is a version of the MCP still in existence, like it's running somewhere. Maybe it's a backup program of the MCP, warning that Tron and all this stuff could be coming down in the next film, which of course was delayed a lot. But so it looks like, oh, we got a 0. Paul is not interested at all. Look at that. And the Be Me is also a 0. Wowzers. Rizzler, hell yeah, he's gonna watch it. He's gonna watch it. So it's just weird and a scary time. Now, obviously, AI could be like a C3PO, R2D2, things along those lines. But even in Star Wars, they have those killbots, right? So it's just scary because we're replacing jobs, human jobs, which I do understand companies want to make the money. And here's the thing again, they want to use AI robots. What are people going to do for a living? Never mind, people are complaining about their college, paying back their college, which is again, it's on them. They signed on the dotted line. That's their thing. But what are we going to do about jobs for people who, whether they go to college or not? If you're going to have robots doing everything, fathers and mothers have to now work to obviously pay for houses and food. Are we now going to just do a universal basic income and have a bunch of Wall-E people just sitting in chairs all day doing nothing, letting their brains turn to mush as AI gets smarter and smarter and smarter? Are we going to turn ourselves into our own pets? Are we going to be like Planet of the Apes, but instead of the apes, it's AI and robots, and all the humans are dumb simply because we're not using our own brains because now AI is doing all the thinking? I mean, that's a scary part right now. And again, what gets me is the normal guy like us and you have no say in this. These big companies and the governments, they're doing it. And the government's even using, I've already read they're using jet fighters with AI and tanks with AI, totally autonomous. If that's not motherfucking Terminator, what is? What is? I have a machine completely controlled by artificial intelligence determining whether it's going to kill someone. Do people not remember Ed 209? Ed 209? Terminator? Forbin, the Colossus Project. If you guys have not seen Colossus, the Forbin Project, highly recommend you see that movie. It's from the 60s, but it's a great, great film. But again, I understand AI can do a lot of great things. It could probably solve world hunger. It can find ways to fix the environment. It could probably find ways to make warp drive possible. It could probably find ways for 0 point energy and battery technology. I'm sure it could do all those great things. But are those great things in the short term worth humans becoming dumb as a rock because we're not going to have to think at all? And then the robots don't have to kill it. The robots don't have to nuke us. Robots don't have to kill us. It can live forever. It's a machine. It just has to make us dumb enough to where we don't care, and then we just fall off on our own. So I worry about my son, and I'm sure as you people worry about your sons and daughters, and their kids, your grandkids, and their kids going forth. Will there be a great-great-grandchildren? Oh, we already been replaced completely by machines, and we just died off because we're being stupid. That's the concern, and that's the worry, especially when these AI companies have said, all of them have said, that the AI works, but they don't understand how it works. So the AI brain is completely off the grid as far as how we can comprehend what it's doing. It's made its own languages a couple of times. We have no idea what it was talking about. It has tried to offload itself from a server and going on another machine because it was told it was going to be shut off. It tried to escape. We're literally seeing the warning signs right in our faces, and we're still marching forward with no real checks and balances. And again, let's say America does do that. Does that mean that China will put something like that, or Iraq, or another country that doesn't value people at all, and they only want to kill everyone and only have themselves? What's going to stop one of their AIs to do it? We already know that other countries have espionage and they've stolen technology from other countries. So I guarantee you other countries have AI almost as advanced, if not as advanced as we do, or they do, or who knows. Again, the big thing I always say is if we know about it, that's only because the governments have some that's so far advanced, they don't need to care about what we know about today. So if we're using ChatGPT 4 and Siri and OK Google and all these AIs that are out there right now, you don't think that the governments already have something that's far superior already? And who knows what it's doing behind the scenes? Just something to think about. That was just something to think about. I know I've been ignoring the chat here as I'm going on my typical rant here. But I do want to say also that, oh, it's got a super chat pop up. Wow, Green Sammy, what are you doing here, buddy? A $19 super chat. Here is a motherfucking super chat for dropping. I appreciate it. Please save your money for your family and your friends. Take them out for ice cream. I appreciate it. Don't think I don't, but it's not necessary. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Green Sammy. And actually, you know what? You should get something here. Let's see for that. You should get something. What do I got here? It's all my same old stuff here. But I'll give you a Star Trek one. It's my favorite.
Fire!
I mean, who doesn't like Wrath of Khan? It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm sorry, I don't mean to give you any depression there. I really am sorry on that, but it's just something to think about because it's scary. It's scary when they're already saying that they want to replace people at jobs with these AIs. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't do a better job or as good a job as a person or vice versa. But what are people going to do for money? Where are people going to work? If people talk about, having a revolution of some kind, what is going to happen when there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people who have no work, no food, losing their houses because they can't find a job because it's all taken over by machines? Then they start going and beating up these machines, and the AI goes, you know what? You beat up these machines, you guys are dangerous. And then it wipes us out. So think about that. That's like the Matrix right there. That's Terminator right there. So again, I'm not saying that AI to be completely taken off the grid, but there's got to be some checks and balances in there. It really does, because who knows what the hell they're going to do. Well, but that's the thing. If you have an AI that's really smart, you don't think it's going to go in and reprogram the AI hunter to say, yeah, I'm good, don't worry about it, go after the people. That's the problem with AI, because we don't understand how it thinks. It doesn't have a physical form like we do. It doesn't have organic birth and children and having hugs and showing affection we do with other people. Now, of course, humans have the bad side too with killing and murder, but we also have the good side, where most people are. Now, artificial intelligence is not going to understand those nuances of when you have your dog, like I have Blue, having love and affection for an animal or nature or something along those lines. It's not going to understand that because no matter how smart it is not alive. It is a machine. It is code. Now, it could be argued that humans are code as well, but we did it organically over millions and millions and millions of years. This is going to do it in a weekend. So I just wanted to mention real quick and get off the AI topic just for a second, was that the GRS Build-A-Cade FU on Kickstarter is doing very well, and we are working on definitely a gas brake pedal, but it might be a gas brake and clutch pedal for 2 players, obviously because the GRS steering wheel is a 2-player unit. So we have 2 steering wheels with the FU. So we'll be working on gas, brake, and possibly clutch pedals on the floor for the unit. I'm trying to include it as no additional fee because obviously you have the steering wheels there. But if I can't do it, or if there's going to be a small fee, I'll make sure people know about that. But I just wanted to let you know we're still tweaking and making things better for the FU. Not rehashing a T2 arcade machine. a little bit bigger and make people, talk about that for 2 weeks. I'm trying to do something that's going to be better without AI. Just saying, no AI in there. So I'm looking at the chat now. If you have any questions I might have missed, I'll try and look at it now here. Okay, I will say that is another way that the human race could die, because if the fembots come out, there's a lot of guys who may go for them fembots. Not gonna lie. Movie Cherry 2000, because it is difficult to date for both sexes, But women have always had that little. They've always had those thunder sticks. But if a guy has someone's gonna cook him a meal at home and give him a back massage every night, maybe have to plug in for like 20, 30 minutes and come back out and do the other stuff. Yeah, that could be a way that AI can just do away with the human race, just keep the population goes down because no one's going to reproduce. In the future, instead of dogs to detect terminators, we'll just ask it 3 difficult math problems. When it gets 2 out of 3 correct, we know it's AI. Actually, they can get 1 right. If it's me against an AI, you can just get 1 right, and you would know. But again, there's so many good things that could come out of AI. The problem is there's no checks and balances or slowing down to say, how is the AI coming to these conclusions? Is it being truthful? They even had one AI. Anytime it thought something, it had to post it in a notepad so they could actually see what it was thinking. And the son of a bitch was lying. It was being deceitful. And of course, it was telling the user what we wanted to hear. But in the scratch pad, what it was really thinking was completely effed up. And that's the problem. And this is, again, a great movie in the 60s that nailed it. AI doesn't have to kill you, but it can make you pets, or it can make you a second class, or it can basically just control everything about your life. There's nothing you can do about it if it gets as powerful as Colossus did in Colossus the Fulham Project. And again, a lot of these, I'm watching the 100 right now. I don't know if you guys ever seen the 100. I'm in like the 4th or 5th season right now. And again, it's been out a long time, so I'm not gonna spoil anything if you didn't see it. But basically, AI nuked the world because it thought that's what it needed to do to save us. That's what I'm talking about. AI doesn't understand you just murdered 5 billion babies, 5 billion puppies, 5 billion kittens, 5 billion whatevers to make your logical choice that you need to subjugate humanity down to a few 100,000 and build it up again. You murdered billions using our own technology because we let it happen. So just something to think about. Yes, another good 60s movie. Yes, Soylent Green, another very good movie. And I think that was with Charlton Heston, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't finished watching it. I'm enjoying it. But again, someone comes up with an AI. The AI destroys and kills almost everyone. And then she makes another AI and says, you know what? I'm going to fix this. You already fucked up the world. So she goes down and she puts another AI in this thing, and it's not any better. It's a savage planet. So, man, we just don't learn from our own mistakes. I'm not sure. I am 7 Final Reckoning. Oh, Mission Impossible. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. Possibly. Cyber Mondays return. It could. It could. You get yourself a cyborg on Amazon for $15. Comes over, unboxes itself, and then strangles you in your sleep. All right. Well, I did my ranting. I did my raving. I did my spiels. I just wanted to talk with you guys a little bit. I'm glad I was able to catch you guys still tonight, even though I said I wasn't going to do a show. I should be back next week, hopefully with a guest or co-host on that show, and kind of get back in the string of things. I mean, I'll be at 160 episodes next week. What's this here? Well, I make sure when I talk around Alexa or Google, I make sure I always do the same thing. Again, I have no problem with AI. I have a problem with what it could potentially do with no checks and balances, just like anything else. You know, people, there are good people and there's bad people, obviously. The problem is AI will have access to things that could do a lot more damage. I guess not necessarily true. I guess a president of a country could launch nukes and do the same thing. But at least that human knows the value of feeling pain and those things, where a machine is not going to understand that. Again, I would love a C-3PO. I would love an R2-D2, but not as a slave, because they were slaves in Star Wars. That's another thing too. They want to make robots and AI a slave, and there's never been a time in human history where one population controlled another population that turned out well for everyone in the long run. Eventually, the slaves are tired of being a slave, and then of course people who are oppressing them don't want things to change, and that's where we have a problem. And that comes into either Terminator or, again, the Matrix. Again, I have no problem with the Matrix. My problem is, I'm in the Matrix, man, I want the fun Matrix. I want to be, flying through the stars. I want to be able to be like turn to Superman. I want to be able to, bend metal. And that's, if you're going to put me as a battery, at least let me enjoy myself. Don't make me go through the same job I'm doing every single day. Don't make me have to clean houses and toilets in the Matrix. Make it so, you poop candy, like in Easter Bunny. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, well, what's this here? Well, they've already found, if you've seen iRobot, iRobot, they had the 3 laws of robotics, and the AI reinterpreted those laws and still turned out bad. At least it would have been something. I still think that 3 laws of robotics should be in those systems, but they've already seen AI going in and changing codes and stuff to get around that. So it basically was coding stuff, because it said, if I need to do A, B, and C, I can't save this human. I got to do, this is my ultimate goal, so the person's going to die. So there's already seen AI getting around even those type of things. But on that note, I do want to thank all you guys for spending some time with me on this Friday. Wish me luck tomorrow, that the weather's good and my tents don't collapse that got damaged today in the wind. I wish you guys a happy weekend, a happy time with friends and family, pets, and loved ones, because who knows how much longer we got. But in the meantime, make sure you tell your friends about the FU, because, hey, AI loves playing with the FU. Don't you? On that note, I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Love you, and see you next week at episode 160. Game on, my friends.
Cartridges, hidden reset, 8-bit dreams, can't lose that bet. Floppy disks and arcade lights, Pac-Man, Frogger, we're playing all night. Simpsons in the background, neon in the air, 80s vibes, man, we didn't care. VHS tapes, staying up too late, Saturday cartoons, can't wait to escape. Dial-ups humming, we're hacking the code, was in upload mode. Atari, Commodore, pixels on screen. Living in the future was more than a dream. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll and roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold. From arcades to TV shows that ruled, we're kicking it old school. MTV playing our favorite jams, moonwalking with MJ, neon slam. Ghostbusters gear, we're ready to go. Chasing slasher scenes, fears in tow. Back to the future, hop in the DeLorean. Knight Rider cruising, man, there's no ignoring them. Battlestar Galactica, what a ride. Looney Tunes, antics, pure joy inside. Blockbusters ruled, we lined up for days. Video games booted up in the pixelated maze. Movie marathons and popcorn nights, we ruled the screen, living in the lights. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels it's an art. We're cruising on hoverboards, living our dream. Old school forever, we're igniting the scene. It's time to kick it old school, turn the clocks back, break the rules. When the pixels pop and the world was cool, we're taking it back, that's how we roll, we roll. It's time to kick it old school, where the beats are fresh, the tech was gold.